How has your work shaped you as a person? It's astronomical. I think first off, if you'd met me 15 years ago, I was so introverted that I could barely have conversations. I'm serious. I never wanted to talk, to converse. I played guitar for a living. But going from that to running a business has been so formative. It's like a grindstone of personality change. I went into business quietly, not being able to communicate well. But you have to deal with everything. You have a product, and you have to talk about it. I have employees, and if something isn't working, I have to deal with that. And that might involve firing someone. That's hard, but you have to do it. I've learned so many things I would never have learned otherwise, like talking on camera. If you'd met me in 1999 and told me what I'm now doing on YouTube with million-view episodes, I'd be sweating profusely at the idea and clamming up. But it wasn't all done in one day. It was years of getting used to new situations, like going to Chicago Music Exchange to sit down and do a pedal demo and talk about it a little bit. That's how it started, learning slowly. Then Instagram comes about, and you learn to do a video on your phone, and you get a little better at talking. Then a big dealer picks you up and you go and teach the sales guy how to use your pedals. And then you find yourself explaining things a little better, and even cracking a joke every once in a while. Then 10 years later, YouTube is pretty easy. But 15 years ago, it would have been impossible. So the work has shaped me tremendously. If you're going to survive, you just adapt. I think that's a problem a lot of people have. You have to learn to be personable. The personal element is so important. What has been the greatest challenge in your career? I think the greatest challenge was most identifiable early on, in the first few years. It was admitting and working through how bad I am at certain things. You start a business and start creating stuff. A creative person is generally not going to be a great administrator. It's like watching a squirrel in your yard, rushing around all over the place. That doesn't work very well when you're needing to pay bills, do taxes, and order parts. But when you find a big challenge, that is an opportunity to get much better at what you're doing, or find the right person to deal with that part of the business. So for me, that challenge was like, here are 10 things, and I really suck at 8 of them. Admitting that was hard. And it was not natural to me to say, but I'm really good at 2 of these things. My family is not like that. So you have to identify your strengths and weaknesses and get other people in who can do the things you're not good at. Don't micromanage them, don't be annoying. Just let them do what they're good at. That will always be a challenge for me. But letting that happen has allowed those people to do those things in a really effective, creative way. Nick started out building pedals for me when he was 16, and now he's running the YouTube show. But what if I hadn't given him that opportunity? It's a great show because I let him find what he is good at. He's worked for me for 10 years, and I think he's kind of soaked up how I do things. I've seen him just explode creatively. I've tried to take my hands off the things I'm not good at. You have to be really secure to do that. You have to be okay with people making mistakes. But you have to let people live in their creative space. Businesses don't generally do that because it's seen as wasteful. But we've done that here, for better or worse, and I love it. It's made an environment at JHS that is really forgiving, safe, exploratory, and it makes people work really hard. They're doing what they love to do. We're all wasting time, but out of that, some really great stuff happens. The reason I use the term wasting time rather than investing time is that JHS is technically a business, and I say wasted in relation to the values of corporate America. The way our dads did business. That's the best way to say it. The way I run JHS, I think that previous generations would roll over in their graves. I do see that time as an investment, but I imagine that most classic business consultants would look at our operation and cringe. Yet, it works. And it's so important in creative industries that we have passion for it, beyond simply completing tasks. Wasting time is the best investment.